Hey guys, Michelle Ketterman here. I was registered. I was ready. I was going gangbusters for the Tour de Cure 30-mile diabetes marathon in Jacksonville, Florida. I had been training since November and I built myself up to 22 miles a day, 5 days a week on the bike. I was so jazzed. I was so thrilled. I was so excited. I cannot even describe how empowered and how amazing I felt. The tour, the cure, was scheduled for Saturday, May 17th, 2014. After several weird medical visits, I was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer on May 15th, 2014. Needless to say, my entire life changed. So what exactly did my diagnosis mean? Stage 4 means that you have cancer in one area, but it's spread to another. So I had a 4.9 centimeter tumor wrapped around the vein on my pancreas. I also had 5 or 6 smaller tumors, say 2.5 centimeters, 2 to 2.5 centimeters in my liver. Even though the tumors were in my liver, they were still pancreatic cancer because they originated from the pancreas. It's kind of weird. I'm not a medical person. I never claimed to be, and I never will claim to be. So for medical advice, go somewhere else. Never ever come to me. But here's what I'll tell you. I was diagnosed with the T word. So we call it the T word because to me, terminal is that place where I catch a plane to go speak. I had several gigs lined up for later this year in Canada. I had a lot of speaking engagements earlier this summer. And that's what terminal means to me. Terminal is where I go to catch my airplane so I can go and I can meet amazing people and I can stand on stage and I can go ta-da and I can have a blast. That all ended, obviously, May 14th. Now, it didn't end permanently, but it ended for right now for where I am at this stage. So I wanted to update everybody and let you know that I just shaved my head this weekend. Is this amazing? Before my diagnosis, I had hair almost to my butt, more than halfway down my back. But that's beside the point because hair grows back. So my hair I kept envisioning that hair came out in like clumps, like you would grab a piece right here, that would come out, and then you'd have a big white hole here. That's not how it worked for me. What happened with me is as I would brush my hair, I would get, instead of say, I don't know, 10 to 20 hairs, I would get hundreds of hairs. I would get a huge knot like this from a couple pieces here, a couple pieces here, a couple pieces there. And it just got ridiculous. It got to the point for the past 2.5 months where all I did was pick up hair. I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would have my own hair on my face. I would just have it everywhere. So a few months ago, probably a month into my chemo treatment, I got my hair cut to about here. And it was cute and it was great and it was awesome. And I felt great. Again, I just kept having all these hairs flying everywhere and it was driving me nuts. So we took a good hard look in the mirror and I said to Mr. Wonderful, who's my husband, I said to Mr. Wonderful, I said, buddy, it's time to shave my head. It's just time. And he said, are you sure? Are you sure that you can handle having your head shaved? I was apprehensive. I was nervous. And here's the thing. The entire world is made up of energy, right? So when people see someone who is bald, who is sick, who is obviously in the throes of some sort of crazy medical diagnosis that's scary, they look at them and they go, oh, poor thing, they're gonna die, they're horrible, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for them. Best intentions in the world. But those best intentions create this little ickiness that someone feels and someone sees. Someone meaning me. Now, Mr. Wonderful is a behind the scenes guy. He's extremely introverted. He didn't want us to walk into, say, a restaurant and have people go, oh, look, there's the guy with the wife with cancer. So we had decided all along that when I did finally lose my hair, no sweat, but what we were going to do is we were going to get a wig so that I didn't get that ickiness coming to me. I didn't get people saying, oh my gosh, are you okay? Oh my gosh, should you even be here? Oh, avoid the lady. I didn't want that. I wanted people to see me for me, and I feel great. Hear me loud and clear. Stage 4 cancer, and I'm on chemo, and I feel great. And my white counts are extremely low right now. They're so low that I have to get white blood count shots, which that's really, again, remember, I'm not medical. I have to get those before my chemo next week, or I won't be able to do my chemo. That's how low my counts are. But look at my face. I have had an amazing day. I had a fantastic nap. I spent time with my daughter. I spent time with the dogs. I spent time doing amazing things today. So if watching this, you feel like, oh, poor Michelle, I don't want that energy. I don't want it, because I am literally living large right now. I'm living large in the throes of this medical diagnosis. Now you'll notice I don't say my cancer. It's not my cancer, it's my diagnosis. A trained medical doctor did all kinds of tests and said, oh, you have cancer. That's fantastic. That's my diagnosis, not my cancer. Now, here's a couple things I want to be really clear with you guys on. I'm not fighting cancer. I'm not going to kick cancer's butt. That's not what I'm doing, because here's the thing. My diagnosis, these tumors, these are a part of my body. I am in the throes of heavy meditation and doing all kinds of stuff that I'll talk about on a different video, because I don't want to inundate you. But here's the thing. If I wage war against my body, if I go to battle against a tumor that's in my body, who's going to win? I mean, seriously, I don't want a battle raging within me. I want all of my cells to go and be rejuvenated into their most natural and purest form, because then we know everything is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. So that's something that's really important for you to know about my outlook. My outlook is, this is literally just a piece of my journey. This isn't the end of me. This isn't going to knock me down. It's not like you'll never hear from Michelle Ketterman again. I have discovered in the past 2.5, almost 3 months, that there is more beauty in this world than anybody knows. We go, and we live in such imbalance. Before my diagnosis, I would hop in my Mini Cooper and I would drive anywhere that somebody wanted me to come and speak to a crowd. I would take my books. I would have a phenomenal time. I'd meet amazing people. I'd get pizza, which was fantastic. And we lived in gratitude. But here's the thing. I was so out of balance. Hubby would travel. Of course, we're empty nesters, so it's phenomenal. My husband would travel for his work. I would travel for my work. There were literally times where I would park next to him in the airport parking garage. So he would leave on a Sunday. I would leave on a Friday, knowing he was coming back in that Friday evening, and I'd park next to him. There was one time, whereas I deboarded a plane, he was in line waiting to get on that same plane. It was the coolest thing. So that illustrates how we travel. But here's the thing. We were completely out of balance. And we lived in gratitude. Every single Saturday, we do Sacred Saturday Sushi. It's just the two of us. We go and have sushi, and we talk about how grateful we are and all these amazing gifts that we have in our life. We've done that for several years. Well, since we moved to Florida, for sure. So I want to make sure you understand a couple things about my diagnosis. I don't want pity, because this is my journey, and regardless of what anyone says, and even in the throes of not feeling well and feeling queasy and feeling like, oh my gosh, is this ever going to end? Even in the throes of that, I'm still asking myself, what's my lesson in this portion of my journey? And I'm absorbing everything. So I have to tell you, this diagnosis to me is a great gift. gift. It's a great, great gift. And so I'm at this place right now, several months later. I have 2 more chemo treatments coming up, and I get chemo every other week. I have 2 more chemo treatments coming up, and after those treatments, we'll do a scan and we'll see if my tumors have shrunk. Now, all of the blood work and what's called a CA919 or a CA999, remember I'm not medical, all of my blood work says that my tumors are shrinking exponentially. So the higher the numbers, the more the cancer. My marker was at 12,752. It's now at 2,112. That's amazing. So we're celebrating that, and we're just celebrating this amazing beauty that's all around us that we would have never, ever, ever seen if I hadn't had this diagnosis. So I want to make sure everybody understands this is an amazing journey that I'm on. It's an amazing journey that I'm on with my husband, with my daughter. I'm well taken care of. I'm having an amazing time. But hear me, the cancer the idea that we have of cancer and of someone being quote unquote terminal, they lie in their bed 24 hours a day. They're sickly. They can't go to the store. They can't go anywhere. They can't do anything. That's not true anymore. The concept that most of us had anyway, of someone with cancer being so sick they can't even stand up, vomiting with diarrhea that's uncontrollable. We all had this vision from that movie Dying Young with Julia Roberts. It's not true. It's absolutely not true. I have a port. I'm hooked up to the best medical care there is. My team is amazing, and I'm living my life. I'm not just living my life, I'm living large. We are having a blast. So here's my intention. My intention is to do several videos along my journey and to keep everybody not only updated, but to also show you a different face of cancer. I'm glowing. Who knew I had such a beautifully symmetric head? Who knew? I love it. I absolutely love it. So I want to close with a couple thoughts. If you feel bad for me, don't reach out to me, because I don't want to hear it. This is a good thing, and I'm embracing it. And if it's not a good thing for other people, I respect that, but I'm asking you to respect that it's a great thing for me. This isn't the end of me. I feel that to the core of me. This isn't the end of me. And so why should we act as if it is when it's not? It's just a thing. A cancer diagnosis is a thing. Just like saying, gosh, I have a splinter. It's just a thing. It's all in how you look at it and how you approach it. I'm not done yet. I know that. And so we're moving forward on this journey, and we're asking ourselves every day, so what's the lesson? What is it that we're supposed to learn? What is it that my soul is literally calling out to me to do right now? And right now, my soul is calling out to me to video to you guys and to just kind of stay in touch with you and let you see I am bald, bold, beautiful, vibrant, radiant, so happy I'm almost drunk all the time. That's how happy I am. I want you to celebrate that with me. So if you choose to go on this journey with me, this is where we are. We're in a place of celebration because every single day is a gift. And we got to keep that. You've got to keep that in mind. I don't have any problem keeping that in mind because I'm having an amazing time over here, and I'm just absorbing what's the purpose for this? What's the meaning for this? This is amazing. I've seen more acts of kindness and beauty in the past 3 months than I've seen in the entire 47 years before. It's that amazing when you just look through the right lenses and you put on the right glasses. So in closing, I'm going to leave you with a thought. Are you right now, wherever you are today, giving it the absolute best that you've got? If you're sitting in traffic, are you sitting in traffic, bitching, complaining, flipping people off, getting stressed, just, ugh? Are you sitting in traffic doing that? Or are you listening to talk radio, which is just feeding right into your psyche and ugh? Or are you listening to books on tape? Are you listening to radio shows that are going to enlighten you? The Carrie Murphy show, Carimurphy show, is my absolute favorite because it puts you in a different place. It really has you ask, what are your spiritual beliefs? Where are you with them? Have you thought of this? Have you thought of that? And it makes me happy. So I'm asking you, even if you're in traffic, if you're in a really stressful place, are you giving it the best that you got? Because if you're listening to that talk radio, if you're screaming at the kids, if you're doing what I used to do and sitting gripping the wheel going, ugh, you're not. Put on a book on tape, learn something, listen to a podcast, do something that's going to feed your mind, body, and spirit, because it's amazing when you do. The things that you can accomplish and that you can do and that I can accomplish and I can do, it's amazing. It's magical. It's miraculous. I can't even describe it. And so I just encourage you to ask yourself right now, in this moment, am I giving it the absolute best that I got? Because I guarantee you, Michelle Ketterman is. I am giving it the best that I got. This moment, the next moment, and when I forget, I have an entire team of people that say, hey, babe, are you giving it the best that you got? So I'm asking you, and I'm begging you, give it the best that you got every single minute. Because every single minute, there's so much beauty and grace and joy and gratitude. How can you possibly look the other way? So until next time, I'm giving it the best that I got. Bald, bold, beautiful, living large with stage 4 cancer diagnosis, and I hope you do too. All my best to you.